She and I met for the first time last year at Summit, which if you're brand new in this business, we probably haven't even talked about that yet, aka Erin. Guys, let's welcome Erin. This is her first team call. She literally got welcomed to the team today. So Summit is this incredible opportunity to not only, hear from a bajillion top coaches and hear from Carl Deichler, and this year it's going to be Brendan Burchard. Drawing a blank on the other one. Darren Hardy.
Darren Hardy?
Yeah. Huge authors for personal development, but also we literally had a girls' weekend basically. There were 6 of us in this hotel room. We were shoved in there like sardines. I slept on this small chair in the corner, but it was a blast. You know what I mean? That's when you have the most fun. And we all at one point were crying and telling each other our life stories and why we're this and why we're that. And it was amazing. So that's really where I feel like I, got to know Katiann, got to connect with her. But what's so cool is I've literally seen her go from zero, not zero, because she's done an amazing job as a coach. And she's gonna tell you about that, how she was working it, she was not working the business. But I say she totally flipped a page at the beginning of this year. But before we hand it over to her, guys, we have one more day to hit Success Club. I know you guys know how important that is. I'm not even going to spend any time wasting it away from Katiann to tell you that, because I know she's going to talk about it. But my only thing I'm going to say is do not give up. I have locked Success Club in on the last day. I've locked Success Club in at 11:30 the night before. There are always people out there that we can continue to talk to, that we can continue to reach. And there's never a time where you can say, oh, well, you know what I mean? That's where you really decide how important your goals are to you in this business. Another thing that's really exciting is the All Access Pass is here to stay for next month. That is not to say that we're not going to follow up with every single person that thinks that's this month's special, though, right? We still want to create that urgency. I just want to let you guys know that, though, so you can go ahead and start thinking about planning out your next month, talking to other people who maybe, are totally not ready but want to commit next month. And that's really it. Katiann is a diamond coach. She has been coaching for 2.5 years, but like I said, in these last 3 to 6 months, she has absolutely just changed her game. So Katiann, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. And I'm excited to talk to you. I was just telling Mackenzie, now I feel like an actual legit coach, because now people are actually want to hear what I have to say, which is totally random for me to go from literally, she said 0, and that's not offensive because it's basically true. So my whole spiel for tonight, basically, I have so many notes, so otherwise I'll be all over the place. But my main thing for you guys is kind of how I went from a serial half-asser talking business owner. I'll give you a little bit of background about me. I used to be the girl who wanted to do everything, but never wanted to do it fully. And I would try everything. I was the kid who said she wanted to ice skate, and then I wanted to do tennis, and I wanted to do this, and every single thing from my life, from the time that I was a little, even all the way up through college. I just half-assed everything. I got through life at the bare minimum, and I was okay with that. And when I got into coaching, it was the same thing. I signed up. I don't know your guys' whys, but my first why was really for coaching was just, hey, okay, you can get my shakes for free. This is awesome, da-da-da. And then I realized, okay, I can actually help people. And my backstory, which I won't get into a ton, but basically for me, this business let me help other women, gain their confidence, achieve their goals, whatever it is. But my main reason is I came from some really abusive relationships, and I really wanted to kind of give that confidence and that independence that I gained from, to other people. And for me, I realized, okay, you want to be independent. Well, you have to go all in. And I'm just now really realizing this. Mackenzie said, I joined, 2.5 years ago, and I got by doing the bare minimum. Success Club, she just said, we all know Success Club is the heart of the business. You literally cannot be the CEO of your own, of your life, of your business, if you're not hitting Success Club. And for me, I would come straight out of the gate and I would hit, I started hitting Success Club 5, and then I'd hit 10, and then, some months I'd even be 12, 14, 16, and I would hit it. And then it just, for whatever reason, it either got hard, I got bored, it became more of a chore, whatever it was, I let life get in the way, and I would just go plummeting back down. And I would go away for a little bit, and then I'd come back because I realized, my own personal life, we all know if we don't work out, we don't drink our shakes, you start to feel bad. Well, like, what am I missing? Oh, I'm missing being a part of the team. So I would come back. And my poor coach, Kelsey, if any of you know who she is, she was just like the whole time, she just wanted to shake me because she like knew that I had it in me. And I would be so hot. Like, I'd be on, and then I would just let it go for whatever reason because shit got hard. And I'm a half-asser. So I'm like, I'm going to cuss, by the way. I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm like, whatever, like, I don't need that. Like, and then I would come back. And every time I'd be like, this is it. This is it. This is it. I'm in. And she's like, we literally sat in a hotel room with, I think there was like 5 of us, 6 of us. And I mean, we like literally poured out our hearts, like all of us crying, and we're telling each other these things that like some of us had never told anybody before. I literally get goosebumps thinking about it. And I've been to Summit twice now. I'm going to go again this year. And every time I come out of Summit, and I'd be like super hot. And then as soon as shit got hard, I was out. And finally, I watched my coach. I'm in the news business, just like my coach, if you know Kelsey. I'm a news reporter, which is a crazy life. And that was very easy for me to use as an out because my hours are never the same. And, I never know my schedule. I go into work. I do not know when I'm getting out. I do not have hours. So it's really taxing on you. And I watched her quit her full-time job. My main, after I started coaching, was I love to travel. That's my main thing. That's always been my goal in life. And I can actually, see this taking me there. And so I kept telling her, I'm ready. And she kept saying, yeah, okay, like whatever. And she like never gave up on me, but she never put her full time into me because why would she? I was a half-asser. So anyways, this year, I met my boyfriend last fall, and he's been a big supporter in all of this, which I think has helped. But we sat down New Year's Eve, and we had a night out, just us two. We sat down New Year's Eve, and we talked about our goals for what we wanted for 2017. What we could do together, what he wanted out of life, what I want, just this whole in-depth talk. And I sat there, and as I was doing it, I could not stop thinking about, like, why am I not doing this? Like, what is holding me back? Like, and finally, the next day, literally, I was still in Virginia on my trip with him, Chelsea, and I was like, look, I know I'm a half-asser. I know these are A, B, C, and D are my problems. Like, I know that I'm hot, and I know that I'm, cold, back and forth, but I really, really do want this, and I'm going to prove it to you. And that's literally what she came back. Kelsey's very tough love. She came back, and she was like, look, I would love for you to do this, but like, I need to see it. Like, I'm like, basically I'm here, but like, you need to give me you need to take these next couple of months and prove it to me. If you really want it, then show it to me. Like, stop getting in your way and stop being a half-asser. It's kind of like it's like, you have to take that first step to acknowledge your problem. And that was me. I finally admitted it. I finally was like, look, I'm a half-asser, and when shit gets tough, I'm out. And that's how I've always been with any aspect, even jobs. I've literally quit jobs because I'm like, I can't do this. This is too hard. And I'll go on to the next job. My resume is crazy. So for me, I was like, all right, fine. I'm very much of if you challenge me, I'll do it. Because, that's the reason I got into health and fitness in the first place was someone told me I couldn't. So I was like, all right, I'll show you. And so that's exactly what I did. I was like, all right, this year, 2017, like, I'm going to make you my bitch. Like, it's going to happen. And so January 1st, I was like, all right, like, let's do this. So I started thinking, like, how can I change the way I do things? Like I said, bringing on customers was never too hard for me because I'm very open. I'm very personal. I love people. I love talking to people. But what was harder was keeping them around. a lot of things I wasn't doing, I was thinking about Success Club numbers. I need 2 points, 2 points. I need 2 points. Or, I need Success Club 6. I need this. And I kept thinking of these numbers. And so that's literally how I saw people. So my first thing for you guys is, the first thing I did, and it sounds so damn simple, was this year I decided, all right, like, challenges are no longer points to me. And like, Kelsey really helped our team with this, because now we don't have a Success Club board. We have a Life Changers board. And it's for that reason. Because yes, we all know that one person equals 2 points. We all know that in the back of their head. And yes, we see the points on the board, but knowing that it's a Life Changers Club is reinforcing the point behind it. You're changing someone's life. You're not just here to get points to get yourself to the next level. You're here to change someone's entire life for the rest of their life, not just this month. And so that was the main focus for me. So I started building relationships. I started taking the time. I actually started listening to people. I mean, that was a thing. I would go back and I would look at some of my conversations and I'm like, holy shit, like, someone would ask me a question or like this and that, and I would just skip over, and I was just pushing and pushing and pushing, and I wasn't listening to what they really needed, which, hello, no wonder they didn't hang around, because, you want a coach, you want someone, it's like going to a therapist and them telling you all these things and not actually listening to what you need. So I started listening to their goals, and then what I would do is I would apply, obviously, what I could give them to get them there. They want to go here, and I'll tell them exactly how I can match it and make it happen. And sometimes that's different for everybody. Yes, Beachbody on Demand is great, and that's what a lot of us push, but there's circumstances where maybe that's not the best for everybody. So don't always push what is the special of the month. And I learned to really, really dig in deep, and even matching someone with a specific program, even if they do Beachbody on Demand. I don't just give them Beachbody on Demand and I'm like, here you go. I take the time. I'm like, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain muscle? Do you want to do this? And I literally break it down for them. Yes, they could do that on their own, but they don't know what they're doing. They need someone there who can really help them get to the specific goal that they tell you. Why do you want a specific goal from somebody? Well, it's a perfect counter to when they say that price is like too much. So, for example, if somebody comes to me and they're like, I want to lose 40 pounds because I want to be able to run around with my kids at the park and da-da-da-da. Okay, we talk. I tell her the programs that would be best for her. Time's an issue. Don't worry. They're 22 minutes, whatever. We get to price. We all know price is probably the thing that brings everybody down. And it's probably the reason why you get the most no's. And this is genius that I even finally listened to Kelsey and started really thinking about it this way. So this woman just tells me she wants to lose 40 pounds, and because she wants to run around with her kids, and she wants to be, there for her kids and be a good mom. And I tell her it's $160, and she's like, I'm a mom, and I'm a family of 4, and $160 is a lot for me, and da da da. And I'm like, but this is what you want, and everything in life comes with a price. You just told me that you want to lose 40 pounds because you want to be a better mom. We all know this is an investment in your health. So how can she say no after that? And it's tough. It's kind of tough love. And I try to always do it in a way that doesn't come off harsh. But it's just that you just poured your heart and soul into me, telling me all these things you want to achieve for these reasons. And you just put it right back out there. You're like, okay, well, you just told me you wanted this. So everything in life comes with a price. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going this, doing that, like everything costs money. So that for me is that I've turned no's into yeses almost instantly sometimes, because people are like, holy shit, you're right. Like, this is just another way that I'm trying to push, I'm trying to delay it. I'm trying to, push it off till next week or next month or whatever. And yeah, so sometimes, giving them that, little tough love actually works. But another thing, my next point that has completely transformed my business is I no longer persuade people to join. This opportunity is amazing, and I want to share it with every single person that I come in contact with. But if they aren't already willing and like wanting to start this, even if you persuade them to say yes, they're not going to stick around. because they're doing it because you persuaded them to do it, not because they wanted to do it themselves. And that's why I had a ton of customers come on. And then next month, like right after 1 month of Shakeology, they were out because they were like, this is too hard, whatever reason, it's too much money. Like they weren't personally invested, so they didn't want to hang around. No matter how much I gave them, I could give them everything in the world. I could probably have gone to their house and said I'd work out with them. They probably wouldn't have done it anyway because they didn't want to do it. So I no longer spend time with people that I no longer spend time with the wrong people. So my one like call to action to you guys is to really think about when you're having a conversation with somebody and they seem interested, okay, you keep it going. The minute that they say no, you can kind of push a little bit. Maybe if it's with the price, you can talk about price. But if they're saying like, no, I don't want to do this right now, or whatever it is, if you're trying to combat and counter all of their no's and it's just not getting there, you need to move on, because if you're probably not going to get there. Now, I'm not saying write them off. Every single person that says no to me goes on a no's list, which every single one of you should be doing if you're not. But I don't spend the time trying to persuade them. If it's someone I talked early in the month, yes, maybe I'll come back to them, a couple of days before my challenge group starts and say, hey, last chance. But if they've been pretty like outspoken about no this, no that, then I move on because they're clearly not ready. And I let them know that when they are ready, I'm still here. I'll be like, okay, I understand. I run a group every single month. I'll check in with you next month. When you're ready, like I'll be here. Like I'm always here. And I let them know that. And most of them will come back to you whenever they're ready. But I would hate to see you guys spend time with the wrong people and even sign people up just for the sake of Success Club points. And then you get to a certain rank and then next month they all drop off because they weren't ready. That's why a lot of people lose rank, because they sign up people who aren't ready to do this thing and commit full time. So, and there are people out there who need your help and who need your time and your focus. And those people are out there. So even if you have a bunch of people saying no to you, that doesn't mean there's people out there. Getting no's as yes is very discouraging. I just sent out, before I went on a trip for my birthday this past weekend, and I think like 2 weeks ago, I was getting so frustrated because everyone was saying no to me. So I was like, screw it. I sent out 103 invites in one day because I was just like, this is going to happen for me. And I sent out 103 invites. I would say 25% of them probably responded, but I got to Success Club 10 in like 2 days because exactly. Like if you're not getting the answers you want, whatever you're doing, double it, because it will happen. It's just consistency. And even though I sent out 103 invites, and yes, maybe only 6 of them signed up, but that's still a huge chunk of people that I can talk to next month. And and even if they didn't respond, fine. I mean, it's okay. I'm no longer like getting hurt over people not responding to me. Frankly, for me, if they don't respond or they don't join with me, I feel bad for them. I do. I feel bad for them, because why wouldn't you want to do this? If you're confident in what you're doing as a coach, then it won't bother you. And you'll feel bad for the people who say no. You let them know that you're there and they'll come back. They will consistently watch you on social media and they will come back. Even if they're not even liking anything on yours. I have people randomly message me like, girl, I've been watching you for like 3 months. And I'm like, I've never even seen your name pop up on my, my timeline. So don't write those people off, but I'm telling you, it'll pay off tenfold. So my next thing that is huge for me, besides building the relationships and reaching out to people, is challenge groups. I never put time and energy into like really creating like a good challenge group. And that's another reason why no one stuck around. Now that we have the app, it's like a basic no-brainer. Like you literally have no reason to not have a kick-ass challenge group because the app is amazing. I know some people just got chosen to like test the live feature that they're trying to do in the app, which is going to change the game because I love going live. It makes it so much easier. But with the challenge groups, I don't think they ever succeeded because I never kept them engaged. Like my challenge groups always used to be crickets, and I'd get so frustrated because I would sign all these people up and I'm like, come on, like, let's do this. And I tried. Like I started to a point where I was like, all right, like let's do, different games. Let's do prizes. Like I was basically mimicking everything that my coach Kelsey was doing. But here's the thing. It didn't make any difference of what I was doing in my challenge groups because the people that I was signing up didn't want to be there in the first place because I had persuaded them to do this. They get in there and then they're like, it's like crickets because they weren't personally invested. They might have been financially invested with $140 or whatever it was at the time, but they weren't personally invested. Their goals weren't so important to them that they wanted to do these things. And I mean, I was trying. I was giving away my own stuff, really. I was like, I'll, give you guys all these things, and they still didn't want to do it. So my biggest thing now, now I have the people who want to be here, and I'm building the relationships. I know their goals. I know exactly what program they should be doing or want to be doing and what their goals are. Now they're in my challenge group. Okay, so now what do I do with these people who are actually here and want to be here? My biggest thing, and again, with the app, it's kind of a no-brainer because you can literally post stuff out. Like I was literally gone from Friday until yesterday, and every single one of my posts in my challenge group, I had like 15 posts, I swear, over the weekend that I was already ready, and I could relax knowing that they were going to go out and they would still have all the content they needed. So structured challenge groups, huge. Why structure? Because they know when to expect something from you. They know when you're going to be in there, even if you're not in there, but even if you're posting, they know when they wake up at 9 a.m., I'm going to be in there posting them whatever they need for the day. Whether it's Motivational Monday or Tip Tuesday or whatever it is, like they know that they're going to hear from me at that time. They're going to hear from me at 9. They're going to hear from me at lunchtime. They're going to hear from me in the evening. And for me, that's a relief because, like I said, you can schedule it out. So even though I was gone on vacation all weekend, they still heard from me. And then they know what to expect. Another thing is the consistency of that at the same time. Basically, it allows you a peace of mind because then you don't feel like you don't have to answer them immediately. They know when you're going to be in the app, basically. And the same thing goes with your business and business hours. Like I no longer, like if somebody would message me right now, I used to feel like the need to just hop on there and just start talking. But now like I treat this like a business and I say, okay, I'll be available at this time tomorrow, like da-da-da. And people know exactly when they can hear back from me. Because if you give them everything every 10 seconds of every second of your life and you're just constantly your life, you're going to burn yourself out, which is exactly what I did. And your personal relationships are going to go to shit and you're going to miss out on things that are right in front of your faces and experiences or vacations or whatever it is. So creating structured challenge groups is one part of it, but you also need to be doing it in your business as well. Prep week for me was huge. I decided to add on an extra week in the beginning of my challenge groups because we all know when we got started that this isn't easy. We didn't just suddenly wake up one day and know how to meal prep and know how to eat right and whatever it is. It's a process. And so you have to go back to thinking, okay, well, when I started, what could I have had that would make it easier? When I started, we didn't have, Kelsey didn't do prep week or have the app or any of that. So for me, my first week, every single day is dedicated to something different, but it's all evolved around the food, prepping of it, obviously, and then also choosing your workout. So every single day, it's like, one day is dedicated to like meal prep, one day is dedicated to recipes, the next day is like why Shakeology, then it's, Beachbody on Demand, choosing your program, and it sets them up instead of just throwing them into a challenge group like, okay, like the day before it starts, prep, pick your workout, like do those things. And I've actually seen real results and success because I'm literally giving them every single thing they need. Now, if people choose and they obviously don't participate, at least I know that's not on me. It has nothing to do with me not giving them everything. I literally give them everything, on their fingertips. And if they choose not to participate or they don't get results, at least I know that I did it personally everything. You can't obviously help everybody. You can't go in the living room, work out with them. So I still can feel good about what I'm doing. The other thing is that another huge thing for me is, and I'm sure Mackenzie has talked to you about this, is not playing the comparison game. That's my next thing for how I got to Diamond. Guys, I'm Kelsey's oldest coach that's still on the team, and I'm only a Diamond. And I've been in the business for 2.5 years, and everyone, we'd have new coaches come in and they would fast track to Diamonds, like 3 months, Diamonds, like right past me. And I'd always be like, it's because she has this. It's, because she's sweating for the wedding. Like she has that and I don't. And whatever it is, like I always thought like that person just has something else that I don't have, that's why they got to where they are, and I can't ever do that. Like I've been a coach for 2 years, like I'm not a Diamond, and I've thrown myself a pity party and I'd pick myself apart, and it was just life consuming and terrible, and it just got me nowhere. And it was really like, honestly, like a disease for my business, because if you don't be authentically you and put your blinders on and focus on yourself, and you're not going to ever get where you want to get, because you're not somebody else, and everyone's different. Yeah, I feel like everyone's been there, and obviously we're human, it's going to happen. I mean, I still, I'm generally happy for every single person on my team, but it's like, if someone gets something you want, now instead I'm like, all right, like I want that. Like, this is how I'm going to make it happen, and I go on. And I figure out how I can personally do that. Not the same path that they did, but how I can do that. So, for me, like, we're all human and we're all flawed. But to me, like, that's what makes us great. Like, that's how I started to really connect with people. Because I used to be the girl who would post, and I've always shared like my past. I've always shared, about like the terrible relationships I was in and why I got started. But here's the thing, like I was living this, and I know Mackenzie's talked about this. I was living this highlight reel where I'm like working out every day and drinking my shake and eating right and doing this and doing that. And that's inspiring and everything, but if the old me would have looked at me on social media, I would have been like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I don't know how she's living that way, but like that is like fake as fuck, and that is not the way people live. Because it's not. We all know that. I mean, look at me. Like, I was just talking about how I haven't like showered in like 2 days. Like, this is the kind of shit that's real, and this is the kind of stuff that people relate to. So when I got back from vacation today, what's the first thing I did? Looked in the mirror and took a picture of myself with my huge bloated stomach, because I ate all the food this weekend because it was my birthday and I can. And we all know that it's all about 80-20. It's about balance. I know exactly. I saw yours too. So it's like I know exactly how to get back on track, and I'm fine with it. And if the old me would have saw my post today, I would have been like, how the hell can I be like that? How can I be bloated and like feel disgusting and still love myself? Because that's not how I felt back then. But now future me now obviously knows that I know how to just get back on track and it'll be okay. I mean, give me a week and I'll be fine. So for me, it's really sharing those types of times. We're all still going to share the workout selfies. I'm really big on food prep. Like, everyone always gets annoyed because my food always looks super bomb, and they're like, how do you cook like that? And like, yeah, I do that. But at the same time, like, I'm also sharing things where I'm going to keep it real. Like, I've had some super like days where I've been really down. I have really bad anxiety. I've been better about sharing that. People relate to that stuff. People want to see that you're in the trenches too. You're in the trenches with them, and you're human, and that's how they're going to relate to you. So for me, I feel like being myself and being like authentically me, and, you know, throwing out cuss words if I want to, or, you know, sharing my bloated pictures, or literally not showering and not wearing makeup, whatever it is. Like, I used to think like, am I going to offend somebody? Or, you know, like, will this like person from high school see me with no makeup and be like, oh my God, like, she's still so ugly. Like, I don't know, whatever. But like, I used to seriously think about these things. Like, with anxiety, like, my wheels are always turning. So for me now, I was like, my whole vibe this whole year has just been like, F it. Like, I'm just like, I don't know if any of you guys know who Haley Christian is, but her and I are really good friends. And her whole thing is like, don't be a bitch, just hit send. Meaning like, just hit post. Like, so if you have something where you think like, oh my God, like my eyebrow is like going the wrong way, or like I have a pimple, or this, like, just post it. Because that's the kind of stuff, if you sit there and try to make yourself look perfect, or try to make it look like you're being like 100% like healthy all the time, like, no one's going to want to talk to you because they don't have anything in common with you. You look like a little robot on social media. So for me, now that I've started this, and I mean, it goes all the way down to even, I'll get to that, it even goes down to like my grammar and stuff. So now that I've done that from January till now, so 5 months, I have attracted people who are me. Like genuine people who I would be friends with if they were close to me. I have found my tribe. Like, and it's all because I am myself. I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. I'm not trying to make myself look perfect. I'm going to say what I want to say when I say it. And that's the beauty of this business, is because it's yours. You can act any way you want. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You can wear whatever you want. You can do whatever you want because it's yours. And when you take that control and become the CEO of your business and of your life, then you're going to get the people who are attracted to you, who you can generally be friends with, who you can literally talk to on a computer screen, meet them months later, and just click. And because you guys just have that thing. And it's amazing because now my challenge groups, I have 44 people in this challenge group, and every single person is posting every single day. And they are just getting along, and they're just going at it. And like, it makes my heart so happy because I know that I have these people now who are genuinely wanting to do this, and they even get along because we all kind of have the same vibe. So for me, it's just like creating this, you know, tribe of like-minded women, and they're generally my friends. So getting back to what I said about grammar mistakes. So for me, it's hard because I'm a journalist. I'm a writer. It's my life every single day. So I would constantly, and I'm sure you've all done it, even though you're probably not writers, is you just reread your post and reread your post and reread your post, and you want to switch this word out, and you want to like put this emoji here, and you want to like make it look like perfect. Stop it. Stop doing that. Stop. It's terrible. It's time consuming. By the time you took 30 minutes to post one post, you could have talked to like 30 people. So literally, when you make a post, you make it and you literally hit send. Don't be a bitch, and you just hit send and you let it go. And for me, that's so hard because yes, I'm a writer, but I do make grammar mistakes. And that shit will drive me crazy. But you know what? Like, I'm human. I'm not a robot behind a computer making everything look perfect. Our life isn't perfect. So stop trying to make everything look perfect. So for me, it's like just literally hitting it, putting it out there, because if you spend that time on 30 minutes, let's say, on one post, like, it could be a great post, it could not be a great post. But what's more important is talking to people, actually talking to people. In your inbox is where your business is. So yes, posting is important, but you're spending the time doing the wrong things. I know Mackenzie is really big about this too. Like, I was like all excited because I got a desk and I like got my cork board and like I got all organized, and it's like, okay, we have all these things, but like that's not going to get you where you are. Like your inbox is going to get you to where you are. So it's all these things on the outside that you need to, yes, it's fine. Like, yes, having, a desk and creating a space for yourself is great, but I'm not going to sit here and organize my desk every single day for an hour when I could just be sitting at my kitchen table in my inbox actually getting shit done. So let's move on to the next thing, because I'm like getting like passion sweats right now, because it's just like I just wish I could like come through the computer and just like shank you guys and just tell you, even though you guys probably already know this. But anyways, so for me, like all these little things, they're just little changes. It's not like, I'm not giving you like this magic potion hitting diamond. It's all these little tiny things, right, that I've said. But all these little things, they add up to like big change. So for me, like I've created this place for lifelong customers and, actual real like team coaches who want to be here, who understand understand kind of what they're getting themselves into. And that's how I've hit diamond, like, because I've made these little tiny changes and I've created this space where now everyone genuinely wants to be here and has everything they can to succeed. So I literally went from the month before last year, I don't even think I hit Success Club. I don't even know if I signed anybody up in December. I like fell off around like October. After I Summit, I was really hot. I was hitting like Success Club 12 and up and above, and then I kind of fell off. And so I basically went from being like this half-asser and nobody to I've hit Success Club 10 at least every single month. I hit 22 last month. And for me, like, and what's crazy is I didn't even realize that I hit 22 until I like counted the people that I signed up, because I wasn't focused on the points. And like my coach was like, you're at 22. And I was like, really? That's how many people I signed up? And I like went back and counted my list and I was like, oh man. So for me, it's like, it's just these little tiny changes that have made all of the difference. And there's a couple other things that I want to go over. So for me, like, another thing that I want to touch on really quick before I move on to the next thing is with rank. So what I said earlier, when you're creating this space for people to really have like a successful, exciting experience with you and your challenge groups, or whether it's your team or whatever it is, I no longer worry about dropping rank. Like, yes, right now I'm really in the heart of diamond because I'm trying to shoot for, I have 1 week left in my goal to hit my coach's, basically her like regulations to hit our diamond retreat. So I'm obviously constantly I check my coach online office every morning, but I no longer have to really stress about dropping rank because I know my people are in here to like, they're in it to win it, really. And I'm constantly bringing, if something fluke happens and someone decides they want to cancel for whatever reason, I'm constantly bringing in those solid ass people. So I'm like, it's no thing. Like, someone cancels, all right, like I got it, because I have all these new people coming in this month, especially if you're hitting 10 and above. I mean, you're getting a decent amount of people. So for me, that's really huge, because if you're rank driven, or obviously like if you want to do this thing full time, like, rank is going to get you there. I mean, diamond is the start of everything. And so, and I can just say this too, going on a little tangent, is I never realized how important diamond was until I hit it. Because Kelsey is always, we always have this like pedestal, this diamond, like you have to get there, but like I didn't really know why I needed to get there. And once I did, like, I basically was sitting on a gold mine with my other coach that's on the same leg as me, basically like getting different income. And I was just like, I couldn't believe it, because it's all with rank. And, I don't want to push the fact of like, I hate pushing rank. I hate even like saying it, because I just feel like it's so like, it's just like an icky thing for me. But if you are wanting to do this and you really want to give this a shot, like Diamond is the way to do it. And all these things that I've told you is literally how I did it, like step by step by step. So, and I don't know if Mackenzie talks to you, if any of you are like financially driven, but it makes a huge change. And cycle bonuses, like team cycle bonus, and I've seen my income basically double just by switching my rank. Which is obviously really amazing. No one really can complain about that. So I have 2 quotes that I want to kind of wrap up with. And this first one, I was driving back from Massachusetts, and I was listening to Tony Robbins' podcast, and I'm sure you guys know who he is, and he's just amazing. And he said this quote, and I literally, if I wasn't driving my car, I really honestly would have stopped me in my tracks. So it's information without emotion isn't stored. So I'm going to say it again. Information without emotion isn't stored. So why is that so important? Like, why did my jaw drop when I heard that? Is because that's literally your why. Like, we tell you to get vulnerable. Your why should make you cry. Like, we want you to invoke emotion in people, because that's how you bring people in, and that's how you keep people. So you need to, the first thing is like, you need to invoke emotion within yourself so that you can remember why, not only why you started, but why people started with you and how you can actually help them. So like I said, talking to that mom who wants to lose 40 pounds, like that evokes emotion. That puts passion and drive not only behind me, but behind her. Like, it gives that solid thing, and she's not going to forget it. If I literally just said, oh, you can lose 40 pounds by doing Beachbody on Demand, like, she's going to forget me in like 2 days because there's no emotion behind it. And then you can evoke emotion through others in your posts and your challenge groups so that they remember you. Like, if you are just posting a sweaty workout pic and you're like, oh, got my workout in, like, great, like, thumbs up, cool. Like, they might like it. They might be like, oh, yeah, that girl likes to work out. But the minute that you get vulnerable and you get real and, like, you know, you talk about whatever it is, you know, why you started this business or what being healthy means to you or what you're struggling with, that strikes a chord in people. Like, getting emotional will strike a chord. And even if you're putting yourself out there and nobody is really saying anything at that minute, I mean, I've literally gotten posts from women when I post about going through abusive relationships, where they will literally come to me months later and be like, I read your post and I walked out of the door the day I read that. And that makes me want to cry right now thinking about it, because that struck emotion in somebody so much that they remembered me. They came back to me, and then I can help them to whatever goals they want to get to. So for me, it's like, yes, we all sometimes, you know, we want to post a picture of our lunch or our food or, you know, like our sweaty workout pics or whatever. But if you really want to get solid people and you really want to touch lives, if you really want to help people, you have to dig deep. And you have to hit that emotional chord, because if you don't, they're not going to remember it. They're going to see you as the next thing, and then they're going to forget about you like a day or two later. And then the next thing, which I know Mackenzie will love this one too, execution trumps knowledge. Because let me tell you, as a coach, I don't care who your upline is, we all have everything to succeed. We all do. There's so many resources through different groups, or, you know, the Beachbody page and our Coach Island office, and all of our uplines give us all of these things. And you can literally think that you know everything under the sun. And you could probably tell me, you know, what FAQ number something is. But let me tell you, if you're not actually doing shit, then you aren't running a business. And you're never going to get anywhere. Because that's exactly how I thought. I was like, you know what? But I know that. Like, I know that I have to hit Success Club. I know that, like, this is how much this challenge path costs. And, you know, like, people would even come on team calls, and I would be like, but I know that. And I would get, but I never actually was doing any of it. I was so just like, it was just so over my head that people would come on and tell me these things, even going to Summit. I'd be like, oh, but I know that. Like, I know that already. But I wasn't doing shit. I was hiding behind the fact that I thought I knew everything, and I was this Beachbody coach, and I wanted people to think that I was just like, you know, had it all together. And behind the scenes, like, I was such a fake. Like, I wasn't doing it. And so I would rather see you guys have one solid post and spend your time, you know, really actually, you know, reaching out to people in an inbox, than for me to go to your page and just see like endless selfies of just like, or like you see all the people that just like post like the random inspirational quotes, and they just do that every day because they want to be inspirational. Okay, well, who are they talking to? Like, who are they actually talking to on a daily basis to actually change people's lives? I'm not saying these, you know, you'll go to my page and you'll see stuff like that, and I'll share different things that I think are heartfelt. But the real change comes when you are actually applying what we learn through all of this, through team calls, through, you know, Summit, through Super Saturdays, and you're actually spending it talking to somebody and actually changing lives, instead of just being on social media and making yourself look like, you know, you're doing all these things when you're really not. And if this is striking a chord with you and you're like, you know what, yeah, like, maybe I'm not doing it, maybe I act like I am, like, that was me. I'll admit it. Like, I'll flat out say I thought I was doing everything, and I was just being naive and stupid and didn't want to face the facts. But my point to this whole thing, and I know why Mackenzie wanted to bring me on here, was because I don't care if you started like yesterday or if you started 2 years ago, like, you can change. Like, this is your business, and all it takes is you doing the work to make it happen. I mean, I applied all of these little things from January, and I hit Diamond in the middle of April. So almost fast track Diamond. And there's no looking back for me. Like, I'm already on to the next thing, trying to figure out how I can hit 1 star. And it's just amazing. It's like when she says that my business like turned the page and just did a 180, it's true. And I don't feel like I'm doing more work. Like, I feel like I'm just applying my time where it's useful. Because like I said, I mean, I work crazy hours. I mean, Mackenzie's been trying to get me to come on here, and it's like, I never know what my day looks like. But if you're just making these little tiny changes and you're actually doing them on a daily basis, just like we actually have to drink our shake and we actually have to work out to see results, it's the same way. And I don't care if it's 15 minutes a day or you are a stay-at-home mom and you have the whole day. It's really about focused time and just really applying those small things when you have the time. But yeah, that's what I got for you.
Oh my God. That was so great. I'm like fired up.
I know, I am too. Like, now I don't want to go to bed. Like, I'm like literally hot. Like, I'm sweating. Like, I was going to go to bed after this. Now I'm like, nah, I'm going to work for a little bit.
I just want to add a couple things. Is like, this was my biggest takeaway, guys. I can relate to her so much. Like, your business can change right now if you decide that you want it to. And what I really listen to the most out of that is, you know, doing the right things with your time and focusing on people. I was also a coach for 2 years, and I was also hiding behind social media and trying to look perfect and, you know, trying to have everything figured out. And my time was not being invested in the people. And as soon as I changed that mindset, you know what I mean, and put my efforts there, I've attracted my tribe. I'm looking at you guys right now. Like, I feel so grateful to look at you on this screen because I feel a connection to every single one of you, Katiann included. So look at this business like it's everything that you want it to be. You have the utmost opportunity here. And Diamond, she talked about that a lot. And for people who just came into this and, you know, they don't know what that is, it really is that stepping stone to just taking this thing to that next level. Your income grows more there. That's when you've inspired people to run their own organizations and to coach and inspire people themselves. And that's not something that, you know, is impossible. It's something that happens when you show people what's possible from within themselves. When you believe in someone and you tell them over and over and over again that they can, and you believe in them even when they can't, they start to believe in themselves, and then they want to help other people believe in themselves. Yeah. That's how you create a diamond business, and that's how you create, you know, a life-changing opportunity out of this.
If I could add on to that, like for me, like especially I know that some of you are really new and don't even know what diamond is, like she just said, but even if you do know what diamond is, like diamond aside, like even the word diamond aside, if you do these things that I told you to do, it'll literally happen naturally.
Yep.
It'll literally happen before you don't even, you're like, wait, what? And you're like, what does that even mean? Because like she said, it's all it is creating this space for people to succeed, whether that's your challengers to get results or whether that's basically like influencing somebody to take this on as their own business and having them move forward with whatever that is that they want to turn their business into. And so I don't want people to think like, you know, I don't know how much you guys talk about rank, but like Kelsey's very rank driven, my coach. So like I would see diamond up here and I'm like, it's like diamond, 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 like shiny, shiny diamond. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fucking scary. Like, I don't know what that means. And I probably can never get there is how I looked at it. But the minute that you really focus on the people, like it literally, I couldn't even believe how close I got within months just of focusing on people. Obviously placement, like you have to place people in the right spot. That's besides the point. But just bringing on those solid people, I mean, it was like I had my diamond date was Summit, which is in July, because I didn't believe in myself. I was like, it's January. I can hit it by Summit because I like cut that in more than half.
Yep.
So.
Well, guys, the last thing I will lead you with, because when she said this, it really stood out to me. You know, she sent 103 invites. And I remember seeing Kelsey do that one time, and I was like, that is literally impossible. There is no way I have 103 people to talk to. And the point of the matter is that we all do. We have 400 people to talk to if we want to. It's all a matter of, you know, there's 20 people out there that you can go talk to right now. It's all a matter of what do I want to do and how bad do I want to make it happen. And, you know, she said, I never check for rank anymore. And I don't either. You know, this business is not meant to be stressful. It's not meant to feel not fun. It's fun when you get texts from people that say, oh my God, like I'm down 10 pounds. You know, when I see you guys' transformations, my heart literally drops. It is an honor for me to know that we are people who inspire people. I take that I take that in high regards. So I am so thankful that you came on here tonight, because I even personally wanted to hear this and needed to hear this. And I always feel like I can learn every single thing that there is to learn. And I am just so proud of you, because you guys, like, I'm listening to her talk and she's like this little confident, not taking shit from anyone, being herself bitch. And that is what is so freaking cool about this business. That's what it can help you do, is become yourself. And I am so proud of you and so happy for you. So
Thank you. I can't wait to see all you guys.
I know. Guys, that's it for me. If anyone has any questions or wants to add anything, please do, and we'll call it a night. Anybody? And Katiann, you know, she's always in her inbox, so just go ahead and hit her up.
I'm always in. If you guys need any advice or anything like that, don't ever feel like you can't reach out. I'm constantly in there, and I'm really excited for Mackenzie. I know that she's super passionate about all of this, and you guys have a great leader. You guys, there's no reason why you guys can't get here either. And seriously, just don't overthink it and just be yourself. That's just the best advice I could ever give anybody.
Amen, sister. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. I'm really proud of you. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.